What up, you toilet paper rolls and butt cracks? Okay, that one I wasn't even trying. Anyway, it's Kane Kaiser. Well, I have returned from my vacation. This last week was my vacation in celebration of my graduation. And now I'm going to give an explanation. While drinking the rest of my Mountain Dew. Yeah, I hardly drank any of this while I was gone, but got that a while ago. Anyway, so I'm going to explain a little bit how my vacation went. So, throughout the course of the week, I did hang out with some friends of mine, including a buddy of mine who I haven't seen in almost 17 years. We went to preschool together in Park Rapids, Minnesota, which is actually where I went. I used to live in a town called Park Rapids, Minnesota, which is probably 4 hours north of Minneapolis. So it's quite a drive. Actually, I'd say it's to make it much easier, if you guys know where Detroit Lakes, Minnesota is, that's probably about, I don't even remember, like 20 miles? I don't know. It's close to Detroit Lakes. Let's just say that. 20 or 30 miles from Detroit Lakes. So, yeah, we stayed at a lodge in Park Rapids. And, I mean, it was a really small, cabin. I ended up having to sleep on the couch because it was not comfortable. My back was, sore the whole entire time I was there, on the couch sleeping at night. It was bad. But, it's alright. I survived. I met my buddy on Saturday. We went down to Fargo, North Dakota here. Hung out quite a bit. Talked with them, went to the mall, stuff like that. Kind of caught up after almost 17 years of hardly any contact, in person. I mean, I've met him on Facebook a few years ago. I kind of, reunited with him, but otherwise, I hadn't really talked to him much. So, but we had a pretty fun time. So, what was it, Sunday next? We ended up visiting my buddy on Saturday. Sunday, we drove actually, no. Let's go backwards to Friday. We got to Park Rapids on Friday, and we drove around Park Rapids, just the main, not Main Street, but, the road that goes past Main Street. And we went to a restaurant called West 40. And it was a restaurant. It was almost like an old-fashioned restaurant in a way. And it was decent food. I don't remember it because apparently my parents and I went there when I was really little, over 17 years ago. And we went into the building, and my parents said it looks exactly the same. It doesn't to me. I don't remember any of it. So, we went to West 40, and it was decent food. And keep in mind, I had anxiety throughout the entire vacation. It was, just overwhelming and stuff like that. So, I hardly ate anything the entire trip. I mean, I did eat some, but not much. It's kind of sad. But, so we went there, hung out with my buddy on Saturday. Sunday, we took a drive. Actually, we took a few drives to different parts of Minnesota that were close by. And we went to some thrift stores and I guess one of them was considered a junk store, so it's like a thrift store, but it's got a lot worse stuff. I shouldn't say worse, but it's like got junk basically. But at this junk store, they had some pretty interesting stuff. In fact, one of them I actually bought, which I will get to that in a minute. Actually, in a little bit, because I got to finish my story. So we did a little bit of that. And so then on Monday, I met up with two of my preschool teachers that I had when I was in Park Rapids 17 years ago. And one of the preschool teacher's daughter, which used to work with my mom at a vet clinic where my mom used to work in Park Rapids. So it was kind of a reuniting, almost like a reunion type thing. Hung out a little bit, talked, had brats and burgers. It was fun. And later on in this video, I actually have something in my backpack that I wanted to show you guys. That the one preschool teacher, the one that I mainly worked with, had actually brought over to our cabin. And it was a book, because I moved to North Dakota in 2006. And apparently we had taken pictures, my mom had taken pictures of like packing up our stuff from Park Rapids, going into our house in Beulah. So, and we sent it over to my teacher in Park Rapids. Well, she retired about 2 years ago after about 45 years of teaching. And she had saved this book of all the stuff that I had sent over 17 years ago. So it's crazy that she still had it. And it's like, wow. But I will show that too. But yeah, so Tuesday and Wednesday we drove around. One of the days we drove past our old house that we used to have in Park Rapids, that we lived in apparently for a little over a year and a half, which I didn't realize it was only that long. But apparently our house used to be white, and we used to have a big huge barn, and the barn ended up getting painted brown. And look, I'm surprised it's still standing, because the barn was like almost like caving in after we moved out. But it's a good thing that the owners of the house now kind of like not remodeled it, but rebuilt it a little bit, and it's still standing, which I'm really happy about. Except the barn is brown and the house is red. Not my first choice, but you know, honestly, I kind of wish I could move back to Minnesota after I, get some independent living skills figured out and stuff like that in an apartment here soon. But, yeah, so Thursday, which was yesterday, I went to Mall of America with my best friend Abby, who is the one I've talked about. I went to prom with her in 2020 at the Prom-demic. And that was that was a really fun time. And so then my parents and I decided to come home last night instead of coming home today, Friday, because it wouldn't be worth it to go from Bloomington, Minnesota, where Mall of America is, back up to Park Rapids, which is like a 4-hour drive, sleep the night there, and then drive another 8 hours back to my parents' house on the west side of North Dakota. It would not be worth it. So we just checked out that yesterday morning, drove to Mall of America. Like I said, it was 4 hours, and for Minneapolis and Bloomington and all those cities down there, traffic was very light at like 11 o'clock in the morning. But then on our way out, we left the mall at like probably 3 o'clock p.m. Central Time. After we left the mall, traffic was horrible. We probably were in Minneapolis, the Bloomington area for like an hour, because we could only go like maybe 5 miles an hour because there was a lot of traffic. But I mean, that's Minneapolis for you. It's basically New York City, except it's much milder. It's not even milder, it's just really bad. So, but yeah, I'd say it was a pretty good vacation. And also throughout the course of the trip, we did go to some garage sales. They had garage sales in Minnesota. So, and I did find a couple cool things, which are actually behind me. So I'm going to show you now what I had bought. And I actually started my trip with probably a total of $700, because I had gotten quite a bit of money from graduation. So I had started with about $700. I used my regular card, and then I used a card that my parents had set aside for, originally it was school expenses, but I was able to use that money for vacation because there was only not very much left in that card. Plus I wanted to use that card in Mall of America because it might be kind of like sketchy, in Minneapolis, So, I'm going to show you what I bought. And surprisingly, in my card that I spent at Mall of America, I had like $570. I only spent $200 something. So that's better than I thought I did. I thought I would spend like the whole wad, but apparently not. But yeah, I'll show you what I got. So let me move over. You guys can kind of see the pile I have here. So one thing I will show you is, at the thrift store, or at a garage sale, I found a Bop It Blast, which is kind of interesting. And actually, let me tell you something. I was going to bring my Bop It Blast on the trip, but I had to say goodbye to my third one because if you bend the handles like this and you just hold it so they close just look carefully. They close carefully like that. If you have to kind of spread them apart. See, the speaker is completely dead. Yeah, the speaker is absolute crap in this thing now. I don't know what I did. But, on the plus side, I was going to order another Bop It Blast off of eBay, but I found one at a garage sale. So I have yet to put batteries in this thing to see what pitch it is. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's see, I gotta remember what kind of batteries this thing takes. 3 AA's. I got a whole pile of batteries in this drawer. 1, 2, and 3. And I've got a screwdriver in my backpack. Keep in mind, you guys, this might be kind of a long video because I got a lot of stuff to show. Oh, where the heck are you? Oh, here you are. And I did check for corrosion in this too, because I've had a lot of problems with corrosion in Bop Its. Especially if people haven't used them for a long time. What the heck is this? It's a sticker of some kind. Oh, that's just the model sticker. We'll hang on to that. Ugh. Let's see, one battery goes in here. Plop that back in. I don't even know what pitch this thing is yet. There was only like one battery in it when I actually my mom found it and showed it to me. I bought it, but she showed it to me. And surprisingly, there's no corrosion in this thing, which I'm very happy about. Come on, you. Okay, moment of truth.
Bop it, bop it, bop it, bop it, bop it. Twist it. Ah!
Does the twist it not work?
Bop it. Ah! Twist it. Twist it. Ah!
Really? The twist it doesn't work?
High score, 1.
Oh, great. The twist it doesn't work. Wonderful.
Bass bop, box bop, light bop.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that's a rip-off. Yeah, the twist it's shot on this thing. Wonderful. Oh, damn it. Well, it's alright though, because I only got this thing for 50 cents. Actually, I think my mom did buy it because it was only 50 cents, and it's like two things for $1 or something like that, and I think she bought a book. Well, that's kind of a rip-off, but I mean, it was from a garage sale, so I mean, what do you expect, you know? But at least we know it was kind of high-pitched. That's all right though. I'm honestly not upset, because I will have to buy another Bop It Blast on eBay though, because my goal is to have all 30 of the Bop Its that I own, like all of them in my shelving unit over there, to be in working condition. And well, obviously this one and the other one don't work, so gotta put this in my broken box. And yes, I saved broken Bop Its. I don't know why. Well, that's number 4 already. Gone through 4 Bop It Blasts in like the last probably 5 years, which is not good. But Bop It Blast was kind of a weak, and it was a poorly made Bop It. So, next up, I had bought at another thrift store one of these things. Do you guys remember the iDog? Well, in 2006, They actually had made an iCat. I know, it's crazy. Oh, let me get the Goodwill. I got this at Goodwill. And the way they put the stickers on these is a real pain. And I think the batteries are dead in this thing too. So, looks like I gotta get my screwdriver back out. And this isn't like the iDog that I displayed back in... Okay, I don't even know what kind of batteries this takes. We'll find out. This isn't like the iDog that I had last year, which, to be honest, which actually I still have it. It's not like that same same thing. That was 2007. This one was 2006. Come on, pussycat. Come on. Come on. They're gonna come off. Come on, kitty. Oh, there we go. Oh, there was a battery in this. What the heck? How many batteries does this thing take anyway? Don't forget the second battery. Oh, there were 2 batteries that needed to be in this thing. What the heck? Junk battery. Ugh. Gotta open my drawer again. Where the heck is the... Oh, the second battery is in the cap. Holy crap. This battery expired in 2013. Well, alrighty then. I did not know that they were in the cap like that. I don't remember that happening. I don't remember that happening in my iDog either. Here we go. Oh, he's already moving. Aww. That was funny. Meow, 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 meow. That's funny. And this one actually, his head tilts instead of like goes up and down. Oh, this one doesn't have a touch sensor. Oh, yeah, it does. What the heck? Oh, that was weird. If you touch it, check this out. If you touch his head, it actually follows the pattern. That's a good kitty. Naughty pussycat. I love that. I love that. I almost like the cat more than I do the eye dog. Now I think he's mad at me. Try this one more time. I like the end. I just like the shut off sound. I just love that. Oh, and this one you can actually adjust the feet. This one actually like snaps, unlike the iDog that I've got, the iDog Amped. So this is kind of cool. And here is the little auxiliary port for you to like plug your iPod or something in. So that was kind of cool. We'll put you right. I don't know where to put you. We'll put you up here. Good kitty. That's a good kitty. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I did find this. I don't have batteries for this though. This is what I found at the junk store. Ouch. I found another Simon, 1978. And unlike my other one, this one actually has the proper color arrangement. Sometimes some Simons are like this when you want the color arrangement, and this is like correct, but this, the color arrangement's upside down. Well, this one is actually correct, like the other ones. And I checked it out, and of course it takes 2 Ds and a 9 volt. One of the D compartments has a little bit of corrosion. There was corrosion on the battery itself, I think. No, there was actually corrosion on the battery in the Bop It Blast too, but there's corrosion on the Simon on the inside. But I'm gonna end up getting D batteries in a 9 volt eventually. But those things are so expensive to buy. I got one more thing to show, and then I'm going to move on to the stuff I bought at Mall of America. And then I'm going to show you the book that my teacher got me. So you guys are going to love this. This here is a 1997 Compaq LTE 5400. It's a really old computer. I only got it for $6. Let me see if I can do this to show you. So this is an old computer. And I read it's supposed to run Windows 95. So I'll show you the keyboard actually. Come on. So here's what the keyboard looks like. Notice that on the left side here, there is no, I can't even reach it, right here, there is no Windows key. So that's kind of crazy. Oh, and check this out. There's 2 buttons on the bottom for the mouse buttons, but there is no trackpad. That is what, if you've ever seen old keyboards, there's a little ball in between the G and the H on the keyboard and right above the letter B. That is to move the mouse. So that is pretty cool. I turned it on, or I tried turning it on. It is dead, of course. And I have to find a charger for it, which would go right here. And chargers are fairly cheap on eBay, brand new. So if you look around, oh, this almost looks like it has like almost like an NFC type, not NFC, but like an infrared thing. So it looks like it has this weird hole where you can plug an external mouse or keyboard in. I got a couple ports like that actually. There is something here. It's kind of broken in. I don't quite know what that was. If we turn it around, in the front we've got the CD drive. This is the battery. This actually no. I stand corrected. This is the battery. This I'm not sure what it is. I open it. Gotta be careful. Yeah, this is not the battery. I think this might even be the hard drive. I think. I'm not quite sure. Come on. And, forgot to show you. If you look on the inside on the left, it actually says Intel Inside Pentium processor. So this is very old. And I only got it for $6. I'd say it was a pretty cool find. Okay. Now on to Mall of America stuff. So, couple things. I did buy a few things. One of them, of course, I had to go to the Apple Store, of course, and I got myself something that I wanted to get for a long time, and it is a HomePod. I got the HomePod Mini. There's only one problem. I can't hook this up until I get an apartment next month because this thing needs Wi-Fi to set up. And like I said, my parents don't have Wi-Fi in this house. So that's kind of a big... Aww. But yeah, so this is actually the blue one. You can kind of... Here, I'll tilt it this way. It's kind of hard to see. It is blue. It's shining on my camera, but it is blue. Trust me, it is blue. And I think this was the only blue one they had left at the Apple Store. It is super cool. I was gonna get the HomePod 2, like the big, huge, like second gen original HomePod. The one that looks like the one that discontinued in 2020, that came out in 2018, but that was like $300. So I settled for the HomePod Mini, which was only $100. And so yeah, now I can finally, and here's the cool thing is one thing you guys don't know about a HomePod is I can hover my phone over the HomePod if I'm playing music on my phone. I'm using my phone to record right now, actually. I can hover my phone over the HomePod. Music will transfer over to the HomePod. And if music is playing on the HomePod and I hover my phone, it'll transfer over there too. So that is pretty cool. So I'm really looking forward to setting this thing up. Of course, I had to go to a place called the Lindt store, which is it's a chocolate store. My mom and I absolutely love Lindt chocolate. So like So it's called Lindt Lindor, and it's like Swiss chocolate basically. And what I got are like these little chocolate balls. You can kind of see it. They're just little chocolate balls. They're not very big. It's probably about the size of a small jawbreaker. So I got three different kinds. You could do like a mix and match almost. I got dark chocolate, of course. One of my all-time favorites, white chocolate. And then this is 70% cocoa. Dark chocolate, I think. And I tell you what, these things are amazing. Absolutely love these. So, oh, one thing I forgot to show you, another thing I forgot to show you that I bought. I got this leather bracelet, and it's actually really cool because, let me get closer. There's a little, it was actually magnetic. All you gotta do is like just pry it off, like off to the side. See, it's a very strong magnet. If I put it on and fasten it, surprisingly it fit me. I got big wrists. See? And if I try and pull it, super strong. Like this thing doesn't even come apart. Super strong. And like I said, the magnet is really strong. Like, just take a look at this. If I get closer. Yeah, super strong. In fact, I'm going to wear this bracelet the rest of the video. I like it. So, there was a Lego store at Mall of America. And for those of you guys who have never been to Mall of America, I recommend going. I got my mom and I both one of these. This is a Lego-shaped pen. It's a gel pen. So, yeah. It's just a little pen. Oh, and I don't know where it is, but I also got something kind of funny. It's a shock pen. So, it's a gag gift. So, like, you know, like, say you have to ask one of your friends for a phone number or something like that, and you need a pen. You give them this pen. They push the button on the pen, the click part of the pen, and it actually shocks you. That was also $6. That $6 was so worth it. I can't remember where I put it actually. Is it in my bag of crap? I don't know. This isn't it. I don't even know where the heck I put it. Ah, it's in a bag somewhere probably. So yeah, I got that Lego pen, all that. And this is what I'm really proud of. My best friend and I went to Build-A-Bear Workshop. So if you guys have been to Build-A-Bear Workshop before, it is awesome. Or haven't been there, it's awesome. If you have been there, it's also awesome. Basically, I know there's a bunch of UK users and stuff that watch my channel. Build-A-Bear Workshop is basically where you can pick out a skin for like a stuffed animal. And you have the option to put a sound chip in if you want. Then you go with this employee or whatever, and you step on this pedal, and that actually moves stuffing around inside this big, huge containment unit. And there's a little hose that comes out, and that actually stuffs the stuffed animal. Then you can get clothes for it. I know it sounds crazy. Then what you can do is name it, You get your own, like, birth certificate, which I think is kind of nonsense. And then you check out. My Build-A-Bear was $58. I've seen some, like, that go absolutely crazy with Build-A-Bear and have spent a lot more money. But you guys are gonna love this. I was with Abby, and I immediately found a Pikachu Build-A-Bear. Which I tell you what, that was awesome. And they wondered if I wanted to put the sound chip with Pikachu in. Here's what he looks like with the outfit. Yeah, he's got a graduation outfit and everything. He's got himself a little diploma. I mean, it's only right because I graduated. Oh yeah. And so how the sound chip works is what you have, they have like these little, like, not capsules, but like these big, huge chips. They're probably about this thick. And they lock it into like this little slot on the table. And you touch the screen and it'll have, like, you can choose like a sound or even record your own voice to put in there. And then basically like just downloads to the chip and then they put it in the hand. You guys are gonna love this. It's kind of quiet, but I'll show you anyway. I'll put it up to the microphone. I know. I spent like $8 on that chip, and it's like, oh, my friend Abby thought I was absolutely crazy. So, yeah, we got himself a little graduation gown and graduation cap. I mean, it's only right. Oh, and what the heck is the box? So you're able to make a birth certificate. I know it's crazy because you're basically God. You're creating a person. You're either that or you're giving birth. And you create an animal or a stuffed animal or a bear or whatever. And you have to make a birth certificate for it. I don't know. So here's the birth certificate. It's much different. It looks much different than I had. Because I went to Build-A-Bear. Last time I went to Build-A-Bear was 2013. And I think I still have the one from then. And the thing didn't look like this at all. It was a completely different design. But it's a Pikachu, and you'll never guess what I named it. Pikachu. Wah, wah. Yeah. I know, that's really bad. So, date of birth, May 25th, 2023. Full name, Pikachu. Height, 15 inches. Weight, 10 ounces. Eye color, black. Fur color, yellow. Belongs to me, Kane. And it's even got the signature, Maxine Clark, which is the founder of Build-A-Bear. That's just like pre-printed on there. So, yeah, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been to Build-A-Bear. In fact, when I went to the last time I actually went to Mall of America in Minnesota was 2015. So that was kind of crazy. So, the video is getting awfully long now, but there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. So right here, I have a book. And in this book, it's basically a binder. But this is what I gave my teacher before I moved to North Dakota in 2006. Because, okay, I guess I never told you guys. My parents bought our house in North Dakota in 2006 in October. And we ended up like moving stuff over. I didn't actually officially leave the preschool until December. So I finished the year off I finished that part off in December. And so I bet you guys are dying to see what I looked like in 2006. This is me. Trying to do it without the shining here. That's me in 2006. Look nothing alike, do I? So let me scoot closer to the camera here, and I'll show you some stuff here. So this was me in 2006. There's me and my parents in 2006. I mean, you've seen my dad in the... Actually, you've seen both my parents in the Bop It card game demo that we did with Dan Klitzner a couple years ago. My dad's beard was much shorter back then. This was a thing that says we're moving. And this is supposed to be a Larry Boy character from VeggieTales. I used to be absolutely batshit crazy over him. That was basically like my big autism interest before Bop It. One of them anyway. And keep in mind, I was like 4 or 5 when I wrote this. My handwriting was surprisingly good. I know, it's insane. So here's a picture I drew. I don't remember any of this. Of my family. Notice that we each have different colored eyes, different colored feet, different colored hands, different colored bodies. My dad has a red mustache and yellow beard. I don't know what I was thinking. I had a cat named Gracie, and I had a cat named Pitsy back in the day. Up here, we were packing everything up. Gotta do this without bending it. So here we had a whole bunch of stuff. This was a trailer we used to have. That we loaded a whole bunch of stuff up on the trailer. This is back in Park Rapids, by the way. And if I look at the pictures, it says October 14th, 2006. Yeah, it was weird because there was snow on the ground in October. Packing my stuff. So this, here's what you guys probably have never seen before on my channel. Trying to do this without bending anything. Come on. Ooh. So this is part of my house in Park Rapids. So right here, that is the living room. So the TV, which we actually had a CRT television, that was right in the corner. We had a big recliner in there. We had a really big couch. I didn't realize we had a window right there. But yeah, we packed up a whole bunch of stuff there. This was part of our kitchen. Packing up stuff in boxes there. Dishes, and my dad and I loading up stuff on our trailer for packing up. Yeah, here was our workshop, or the garage that we had. Our trailer. Here I was actually packing up the dishes. I was writing the word dishes on the box. And here, something you guys probably have never seen before. This is what our house looked like in 2006. Our Beulah house, or Hazen house, or whatever you call it. Because I lived in between two towns, Hazen and Beulah. So this was our fireplace. You guys saw that in my final video in our house video. So our fireplace used to be all white. We painted it after a while. This was our disgusting looking bathroom that used to have wallpaper in it. And of course, yes, we had a green toilet. It was ugly as hell. And here was our kitchen. We had that little island in the middle. It was like a little where the stove was. And we actually had up here, we had like a little rack or like a little rail or whatever on the top where we actually took that off a while back, which I don't remember that. Here's some more stuff. So, like you guys saw in my video, here's our house before we ended up putting everything in. So here is the view of our kitchen from the dining area. This is my parents' room. That didn't change much, except it had carpet. My parents ended up putting hardwood floor in it. Here's my dad's other gun area. So he has guns and stuff like that for like hunting and stuff like that. So this was his little area. I showed you guys that. This was our like little porch area that I showed you. This was our dining room. That's not our table and chairs. Those were there when we got there. And then here's the outside. And you guys are gonna think this is the most ugliest house you've ever seen. So this is our garage before we later on we ended up putting this whole bottom half here. We put like metal, like the it's not really steel, but it's like some kind of green paneling on there. And we put 2 car garage doors in. This was our house in 2006. It was yellow, the ugliest color ever for a house, in my opinion. This was the front of our house, like the front yard. So if you looked at our house, it used to say Buffalo Hill Veterinary Clinic up here. That was the name of our vet clinic. Of course, we don't have that anymore because we actually closed the practice in December 2022, so last year. My mom is still doing some vet work, but not much. But basically this here, where the heck, this is our driveway. You can kind of see it. That whole road across, that's Highway 200. That's where we lived. We lived on the highway. It was kind of sad. Oh, and here's another view. Here was my room. So yes, my floor did have carpet there too. Except this carpet was absolutely disgusting. We ended up ripping it all off a few years ago and put new carpet in. And a friend of ours actually gave us this little tiny TV. It had a VCR in it. Just for like entertainment, because we didn't have satellite or anything yet. Guess we were just moving in. Here's me. We actually, so as you can kind of see, there was wallpaper on the walls. We actually scraped the wallpaper off the wall, which I tell you what, that's a pain in the ass to do. It's just, all you got is like this little round shaped thing that has little blades in it, almost like what a can opener looks like. And it spins. Like, there's 3 can opener like blades, and it spins on the inside. And it's not electric. It's just like when you rub it across the wall, it's supposed to rip it off. So we tried tearing the wallpaper off, which that was a pain in the ass to try and do. That's my grandma. She came down and helped us. Here is, I think that's my dad, vacuuming the carpet with the rug doctor, which is it's like a really big vacuum cleaner to like clean the carpet. That's what the rug doctor looks like. It's just like a big huge box. It's almost like a generator. Another picture of me in my room. This is like a little cabinet that had like games and stuff like that, and that bunny, which, would you guys believe I still have that bunny today? I've never shown it on camera before, but ow, my leg. That just proves how old I am. This is the bunny that I have. Oh, I know she's kind of ratty right now, and she's kind of lost her fluff. But yeah, this is the bunny that I had actually even before I was born. A couple family members, I guess they weren't really family members, but they were friends of my parents that were quote unquote my grandma and grandpa. They weren't really, but they kind of acted like my grandma and grandpa. They got me that bunny even before I was born. So, and it was, I didn't sleep with her right away when I was little, but as the years went on, I slept with her every night ever since I was little, and I still sleep with her tonight. Don't judge. It's just like a sensory thing, and it's something I'm used to, and it's hard to sleep without it. I mean, I'm almost 22. I'll be 22 in probably, actually today's the 26th, so 4 more months and then I'll be 22. But I have to sleep with that bunny. It's a requirement. I can't sleep without it. It seems like it's just not comfortable. I did sleep with a small plush dog that's supposed to look like my dog Alex, but it's not the same like breed. But I slept with him while I was at the college dorm, but it was just not the same, you know. Next page. So here is just packing up unpacking into our house. So put away some towels. You can kind of see there, I was huge into Blue's Clues when I was little. And let me just say, contrary to popular opinion, you guys can yell at me later, there was the Steve era and then there was the Joe era. I liked the Joe era better. And here's why. I remember most of the episodes with Joe, and I didn't really remember every single episode with Steve. But I like the Joe era better. I mean, some people say it wasn't the best, but Joe was in Blue's Clues from 2002 to 2007. And the reason I say that is because Blue's Clues ended in 2006, but then Blue's Room, which was like a puppet type show, almost like a Muppet type Blue's Clues spin-off. That show was the best. I absolutely loved that show. But I wasn't in season 2, Joe joined the show a lot, but that show only lasted 17 episodes, which is kind of sad. And the reason it crashed is because they added a character that did not take off well. But whatever. Yeah, I'm just putting away towels. Putting away the books. Here is what my school looked like. One of the first days. Can't see. One of the first days I was in preschool at my place. I hope you guys can see it, because I sure can't. There we go. So, and then that's a project that I made when I was in school. Here's what the school looked like. So this was all the quiet area. They called this the quiet area. I don't know why. So I'm trying to position this so you guys can see all three. And I didn't notice this until now, but check out these computers. One of them is still really old. It had a floppy disk drive, or floppy disk drive, which is crazy. Like, these are really old computers. The blue rug that had like the alphabet on it and numbers and all that stuff. This was me and a kid that I've known since I was little. Her or his, I think it's considered his aunt, used to work for my mom at our vet clinic back in like 2010, 2011, something like that. And we're still good friends with them now. Like, yeah. Here's like a little play area there. There was, the heck? Oh, the house area. So this was like if you wanted to play house, which I don't remember if I did that much or not. Something called plan to play. So it was almost like a checklist on what we were going to play with next, so we could kind of like take turns. I think that was the dumbest thing ever. Here's some more stuff from the school. We all went to the restroom at the same time, which I think was kind of weird. The preschool I went to was all the way back here, and the restrooms was all the way down the hallway. This was in the elementary school. The block area, which had a whole bunch of, obviously, blocks. This giant slide, which I actually remember this really well. This slide was like so much fun, and it was actually up one of those bumpy slides, so you could really had a bump. It was really fun to go down. Little art area, and they call this the discovery table. I don't remember much of that. Games and puzzles, I don't remember much of that either. Okay, now this is really fun. Our vet clinic, Buffalo Hill Vet Clinic, we actually built ourselves. So if you saw our house right here, you see that gray or that really brown level there? That's where our vet clinic was. It was actually part of our house. It was like our walk-in basement. And we actually have pictures of me helping build the clinic. Like, we built it frame by frame, and it was super cool. So here's a bunch of pictures of me. I'm just gonna go slow here. I think I'm helping hammering something. I was actually able to fit through that because I was so small. And would you believe that we opened the vet clinic to the public on Valentine's Day in 2007. And according to my dad, I had actually drawn and written on these boards of wood. So Lord knows what is on those blocks of wood. I don't even remember. This was a long time ago, and I think that it's going to be, I guess that's just part of our, like, a memory that will always stay in that house, literally. So here's a thing, and I could probably show this. It has our old address and our old phone number. I could probably show this because the address is still usable. The P.O. box, someone probably will have our old P.O. box. But our phone number, I think, is dead. It's defunct. So I'll just show you. It says, "Bye everyone, come and visit us here from Kane." There's a picture of me. This was like the last picture. There's our address, which you probably saw our address on, the video of Dan Klitzner unboxing that thing that I made for him. Our phone number, exposed. Just kidding. Hazen. And yeah. So it says, "Bye everyone, come and visit us here." No one came to visit us in the 16 years that we lived there. No one came to visit us. I don't know. Yeah. And so here is my class. So we were all in different groups. I don't know why. But here are some of the memorable people that I remember. So the preschool was actually called Peg's Pals. It was Peg's Play and Learn School. That's what PALS stood for. 2005 to 2006. So this is all of us when we were in preschool. It was my entire class. So here, you can kind of see it. That, in the green shirt, is me. I know, it looks nothing like me. The girl on the left there in the pink shirt, that was one of my best friends, Paige. Over here, right here, that was one of my other best friends. Her name is Sierra. I've actually tried to contact Paige and Sierra on Facebook. I don't think Sierra has Facebook. I looked. Paige does. I don't think she'll respond, though. Oh, and right here is Carson. Come on. This is Carson right here. And Carson is actually the one that I saw on Saturday. And to be honest with you, he hasn't changed much. He almost looks the same. I know, it's weird. I mean, compared to the picture of me to now, completely unrecognizable. But with Carson to now, I could still tell it was him. Like, even if I saw him, like, on the street somewhere, I could definitely tell it was him. And, oh God, there's a wood tick on here. Welcome to North Dakota. It's wood tick season. You need to go in the... Oh, he just... Come on. Let's see. The wood tick, I think, is dead now, but just in case. Screwdriver handle. Squish. Squish. There. I think he's dead. Wood ticks are really bad this year in North Dakota. They weren't so bad last year, but now they're really bad. One year when we had Alex, we picked 105 wood ticks off of him in one season. In 1 year. That was bad. So, oh, and this was an email that I don't remember writing, but my teacher, Peg, had actually saved it. It was from December 22nd, 2019. And it says, "Good afternoon. I'm not sure if you remember me. I'm Kane Kaiser. I went to your preschool class almost 15 years ago called Peg's Pals. I was talking with my dad today and was trying to revisit my past memories. Well, just in case you do remember, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I am now 18 years old, still living in Hazen, North Dakota. I'm going into my second half of my senior year of high school. I have made lots of friends there, and I'm a very social person, unlike the young me. I filmed for my high school football team this past season and doing tremendously well in school and making new friendships. My mom has a veterinary clinic here in Hazen that will have been open for 13 years in February 2020. I have talked with multiple teachers and I have explained with their classes how autism works. The kids absolutely love me like I am their idol. Otherwise, everything is working out well for me and for my parents as well. I hope this email finds you well. Have a Merry Christmas and hope to hear from you soon. I wasn't sure if you had retired or not yet, so I hope this email works. Best wishes, Kane Kaiser. P.S. This is me. I have changed quite a bit. And here's a picture of me from 2019. You can kind of see it. Yeah, it was a darker picture of me. So, yeah, that was my book. And I might as well show this anyway. This is something my mom had written for my mom and a couple other parents had nominated my teacher for Preschool Teacher of the Year for the state of Minnesota. So my mom had done a whole bunch of different my parents had done a whole bunch my mom had done a whole bunch of stuff in the school. She was almost like not really a teacher, not really a mentor, but almost like I don't even know what you'd call it. But let's see here. So yeah, this was all my mom wrote this entire, I'm not even going to zoom in because it's a lot to read. It's a whole bunch of stuff regarding explaining how my teacher should be nominated, or how my teacher should be awarded as she was nominated. And my mom signed it. Respectively submitted, Dawn Kaiser, that's the name of my mom, that's my mom's name, parent of a lucky preschooler, member of the Early Childhood Advisory Council, Park Rapids, Minnesota. So, yeah, that was pretty much all I did in Minnesota. I'm going to cut it short here because this video is already past an hour and 13 minutes. And I don't even have my computer, or I don't even have my Windows 11 PC hooked up. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to put my intro on it anyway because of the fact that my my video editor that I use, it's called Clipchamp, it's a Microsoft video editor, needs Wi-Fi or needs internet to work. Because you can even add stuff to its cloud or cloud storage or whatever. But I can't even use it to put my intro and outro on. But even if I did, it's going to take eternity for it to load. Because right now it's at an hour and 14 minutes. It takes about probably, if I put my intro and outro on, it's going to probably take 2 hours to download export to my hard drive on my computer. And that'll probably take another 8 hours to upload to YouTube. So it's screw it. I'm not putting my intro and outro on. But, yeah. So this was my a little long explanation of how my vacation went. And with this, I'm saying that I'm back online. So I did respond to a few comments on YouTube last night. And, oh yeah. When we got home last night, it was probably almost 1 in the morning. Because, like I said, we drove from Bloomington all the way to my parents' house over here. But it's like it was a long drive, and as it was almost 1 in the morning, I was on my phone probably for 4 or 5 hours straight. We stopped for supper at Pizza Ranch, which they got good chicken. Not gonna lie, they got really good chicken. But I ended up going on my phone for the rest of the trip. My eyes were strained, like they hurt a lot. And if you look up screen time on your iPhone settings or whatever, I think it said that I was on for over 12 hours yesterday. I mean, that's average for me because I've actually gone longer than that when I was at the dorm. I was on my phone a lot when I was at the dorm. So, and part of it is because I had my screen left on. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this unnecessarily excessively long explanation video of how my vacation went. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I'm out.